has warned China not to destabilize the South China Sea region. It cited China's effort to expand its territory as a threat, and this was in response to Chinese plans to create islands in disputed territory.
In our view, China's land reclamation and construction activities are fueling greater anxiety within the region about China's intentions, amid concerns that they might militarize outposts on disputed land features in the South China Sea.
In a rare explanation, the Chinese Foreign Ministry said the new islands would benefit the region. They would have facilities and services that can provide aid in an area with a lot of shipping that is far from land. The ministry said the artificial islands would also meet the demands for China's military defense. Beijing claims most of the South China Sea, but several countries also have overlapping claims. The latest development comes as U.S. Defense Chief Ashton Carter visits Asia Pacific. While in South Korea, he voiced concern that any militarization of territorial disputes could lead to dangerous incidents. And our U.S. Bureau Chief Simon Marks has more on Washington's response to China's assurances.
I think not convincing the US at all, because they really are underscoring what the United States is concerned about here. The idea that China is essentially and literally engaged in a land grab. What put all this on the lips of that State Department spokesman there a few hours ago was a front page splash on many American newspapers showing satellite photographs that were analyzed, interpreted, and then released by a Washington, D.C. think tank, the Center for Strategic and International Studies, showing a number of Chinese vessels operating off that reef about 150 miles from the Philippines, not far from the Spratly Islands in the disputed waters of the South China Sea, accompanied by very clear evidence that over the last few months an enormous amount of sand and seabed has been reclaimed in order to produce new territory over which the Chinese are asserting sovereignty. And this worries the United States to a great degree, because remember, the Philippines is a treaty ally of the United States and is bound by a treaty to offer support and defense to the Philippines. So unnerving, all of this from the American perspective.
And we spoke with Dr. John Blaxland, who is with the Strategic and Defense Studies Center at the Australia National University. He explained what China's neighbors can do in terms of diplomacy.
The only thing they can really do effectively is speak with one voice and seek to persuade China to work within the conventions of the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. And this is the thing, we've got the contestation between the Chinese perception of the legitimacy of the 9-dash line that effectively encompasses all of the waters of the South China Sea, and the UN conventions that actually delimit the exclusive economic zones and the security zones of the accepted territories of the states of Southeast Asia. They are not compatible, and reconciling them is not going to be easy, particularly given China's approach of essentially asserting de facto control over the Southeast Asian waters by building these new territories and then asserting influence from them both on the waters and in the air above. And that's not likely to be reversed. These islands are not going to get uninvented, and there is little likelihood of anything happening to unwind that because of Chinese clout, Chinese economic clout, and its ability to bilaterally address the concerns with the countries it wants to on its terms. The only way that's going to change is, as I say, is if ASEAN speaks